And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, from Winfield High School, the campus of Winfield High School, the Generals. We are live on RSN Sports with the Frontier, what are we calling it, Ethan? Our Frontier press box? That's what we're calling it? Broadcast booth. The Frontier broadcast booth. It is high school football all over again. Hi, everybody. Brian Noss along with the coach, Bob Goebel. And, Coach, welcome to RSN Sports and welcome to 2022. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight from my standpoint, being that I'm a Winfield graduate, but also coached at Hurricane, so it should be an interesting evening for me.
Yeah, you don't know what – you wore a neutral white tonight, so you –
That are Christmas colors, you know.
Well, this is a new era for both of these ball clubs, Coach. As you well know, Coach Eddie Smolder, his first year here at Winfield, a lot of people wearing T-shirts that say a new era begins 2022. Coach Smolder, a former Marshall player, and he is here coaching at Winfield in his first season after spending a few years at Ripley. On the other side of the football, Coach Mays, he's come from South Charleston, a long tenure there where he had a pretty successful run over there with South Charleston. Coach Mays was the coach there 2013 to 2021. He went 55 and 43. He had 13 playoff appearances for South Charleston, a loss to Capital, and then 2014 state championship. Hurricane leads this series, by the way, Coach, 49 to 28 with 4 ties. Winfield hasn't won this game since 2009.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I didn't realize until today. I asked someone that Hurricane has actually won the last 12 games here, so maybe Winfield can break the streak tonight, or maybe Hurricane will keep it going. We'll wait and see.
You never know. You know, we were looking at both teams during the warm-ups, and Hurricane looks really, really strong. I mean, they have a good bunch of kids that are on this football team, some nice size. Now, oddly enough, when Coach Mays sent me the roster, all it had was numbers and class. It didn't tell me height or weight. I don't know if that's on purpose or just that's just the way they do their roster. But, you know, they're led by a sophomore quarterback, number 7, Noah Velatambi, and he'll get his first action on the varsity squad tonight. At quarterback. Starters for Hurricane across the front. Deron Parks is the left tackle. Caleb Conrad, the left guard. Center is Christian Kelly. Gavin Pipiora, the right guard, and Aaron Tate, the right tackle. Skill players for Donnie Mays. Tyshawn Dews is a sophomore. He'll line up in a wide receiver position. Heath Montgomery, the senior, also a wide out. They're going to run a slot receiver, LaRon Hall-Dews. He's a freshman. He'll see a lot of action tonight wearing number 5. Tailback is Jeremiah Riffle, and Lucas Ripito, the senior, is going to be running back, one of the running backs for Hurricane. On the other side of the ball for Winfield, their offense, Bryson Brown, 6 foot, 200 pounds senior, wears number 5. He's your quarterback. Across the front to protect him, left tackle Jacob Ingram, left guard Logan Howell. Jackson Cunningham is your center. Xander Huffman, the senior right guard. It's 5'8", 215, and Isaac Arthur at 5'10", 190. Good size across that line, Coach, to protect Bryson Brown.
Yes, it is, and I'm sure they're going to need some of that tonight because this is 2 pretty good-sized teams going to be going after it.
Wide receiver for Winfield will be Tanner Lothry. He wears number 3. Toby Lothry, the tight end, number 20, 6'2", 181, good size. Wing back is Kaywan Pearson, 5'10", 162. He's a junior. Caden Beam, 6'2", 227. He's a senior. Really a horse, this kid is, and he is their fullback. Tailback is Bray Boggs for Winfield. So Hurricane has just come out of the locker room. And they are fired up and ready to go. Hard to believe that we're actually going to get this, knock on wood, kickoff off, because at about 5:50 this afternoon, you and I were looking at the radar, Coach, and it looked like Armageddon was coming, and lightning and thunderstorms, and we've battened down the hatches, and Dan Shreve and Ethan have done a great job of covering up our equipment. But as Dan pans around right now, you can see broken clouds, a few blue skies. All the weather is behind us at this point.
Yeah, I got a few drops coming down, but that's about it. Nothing like we anticipated when we looked a while ago. We thought we were going to have to use about 3 boxes of garbage bags to get everything covered up here.
Yeah, man. So Winfield getting ready to come out of the tunnel, and here they come. Here come the Generals. This is a packed house on both sides of the stadium. I got here at 5:15, and the line was already way long getting into the stadium. And as I look out on 34 right now, there's still a line of cars trying to get in here. They're packing them in here like sardines.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and if you can't get excited for this game, whether you're a player or a spectator, you shouldn't be watching football because it's going to be electric here this evening.
We could not do it without our sponsors, and we want to thank our local team sponsors for tonight's Winfield game: Ohio Valley Bank, Jennifer Rice of Sold Sisters, Arthur Krenzel Let Insurance, General Drug Pharmacy, Medicare Physical Therapy, Roy Cool Sports, Best Virginia Heating and Cooling, and Tays Physical Therapy Center. Appreciate those folks very much. We want to thank also Frontier Communications. They are providing our production from this Frontier broadcast booth tonight. The Media Center, Dan Shreve and his crew providing all of our audio visual that you will see tonight. And Kroger is going to be sponsoring our player of the game that we will talk about later on. So Winfield has won the toss and they want the football, Coach. How important is it, you've coached so many years, how important is it to come out and set the tone on the first game of the season on your home turf?
Well, it certainly is vital to a lot of people. If you get out there and move that ball down the field, and if you have a chance to punch it in there, it really gets the momentum going for your team right off the bat.
Well, Winfield's going to have the opportunity to do just that. Doing the kicking duties for the Hurricane Redskins will be Caleb Johnson, wearing number 22.
I guarantee you there's a lot of guys out on that field right now with that pregame butterflies going.
Yeah.
Got to get that first hit in and settle down a little bit.
Back deep for the Generals, K'Wan Pearson and also Bray Boggs standing at their 5-yard line. So we are just about set to go. Here from Winfield, West Virginia, the war on 34. Hurricane against Winfield. And the 2022 season is underway. Boggs has it at the 5. Across the 20, out to the 22-yard line, out to the 25. Nice job right there by Bray Boggs, the senior. Took it from about the 2-yard line out to the 25, where Winfield will be 1st and 10.
That was good coverage by Hurricanes kickoff team, too. You know, a lot of times first game of the year, you're still working on your kicking game, but it looks like they've been practicing it quite a bit to get coverage like that.
Bryson Brown is your quarterback, 6 foot, 200-pound senior. His backup tonight, you may see Hayden Hinkle wearing number 8. He may be in from time to time. Motion is Boggs, and they pitch it to him. Boggs wants to throw. He's got a man down the right side, and it's caught at the 50-yard line. First down for the Generals. Coverage there by LaRon Hall-Dews, but not before a 25-yard gain for first down, Coach.
Yeah, the toss there, of course, made the secondary hesitate and take that one step forward on the run. Gave him enough room to clear down the sideline.
So how do you like that razzle-dazzle right out of the gate, man?
That's right out of my book. I like that stuff.
1st and 10, Generals at midfield. Caden Beam in the backfield, 34, and then 7 is Bray Boggs. Boggs is in motion,
Ooh.
and Hurricane looks like they may have jumped. And they did. That Hurricane defense across the front, Drake Lanham's a sophomore, Jacob Ellis a senior, Nate McKay and Khalil Ramey. Linebackers are Lucas Ripito, Mondrell Dean, and Cam Phillips. Corners, Jaden Smith, LaRon Hall-Dews, and the safeties are Heath Montgomery and Bryson Murrell. 1st and 5 on the 45 for Winfield. And they give it right up the middle to Caden Beam, and Hurricanes all over it.
They took those guys on there, not much momentum coming off the line for the offensive line that play.
No gain. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Should be 2nd down and 5. Just underway here from Winfield. Brian Nostin, the coach. Bob Goebel here on RSN Sports. Coverage of the game of the week. Glad you're with us. Brown changing to play here at the line of scrimmage. I don't see the play clock running either, Coach. We'll have to look into that. Play clock sits at 0.
Looked like they were attempting a good old counter trade there, pulling the 2 backside guys, kicking out and leading up with the tackle. Hurricane put a stop to that pretty well that time.
It's going to be 3rd and about 1.5 yards. We'll call it a 3rd and 2. Brown sends a man in motion, and Brown's going to keep it over the left side. He'll fall ahead across the 40 to the 39-yard line, and that's enough for a Winfield General first down.
That was a great play by Nate McKay, splicing in there in between the blocking that time and getting the guy down.
Winfield going no huddle here, Coach. You like that?
Well, I think it just depends on what part of the game you're in. Right now, I think it's good strategy.
General's trying a little trickeration. They send Boggs in motion, then he stops, goes back to his original position. Again, they're having to keep the play clock on the field. They give it to Boggs right side. He has a hole, and he'll squirt ahead across the 35 down to the 32-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
That was a nice block around the edge with the fullback Caden Beam as well. He was leading the way there. Cleared a pretty good path for that sweep.
I'll tell you, Beam's a horse. He's 6'2", 227.
Wow, doesn't miss much meals.
No. Again, that fake motion from Boggs.
Maybe trying to get him to jump again.
There's a flag. So they're going to call a delay now.
Yeah, because they saw that on the 0.
Yeah, well. So that, definitely a disadvantage for the offense because, you love to have that play clock so you can actually see what in the world you have as far as time left. And right there, just a little bit of confusion for Winfield, and that cost him 5 yards. Hand off to Caden Beam up the middle.
He did a good job bulldozing up through there with all that weight. You can tell he has a lot of strength in his legs.
Yeah. 35-yard line is where they spot it. Gain of 3 now to bring up a 3rd and 5. Generals have to get to the 30-yard line for a fresh set of downs. Pitch around the left side. That's going to be Pearson. Pearson coming right into your living room, and he is met by a host of Hurricane Redskins led by Tyshawn Dews.
Much better pursuit by the defense that time, getting on the edge and stuffing the play there.
Pickup of only 1. So it's 4th and 5. Generals are going for it here. Check that, 4th and 4. Boggs in motion. They give it to Caden Beam over the right side. Hurricane is all over him.
Once again, swarming to the point of attack and stopping the play.
So Winfield had a nice drive going. Started off on that 25-yard pass. And Hurricane made some adjustments.
Yeah, and the delay, I think, hurt the momentum a little bit, slowed them down. They were in a pretty good rhythm until that happened.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. So now we're going to get a look at Noah Velatambi, the quarterback. Give right away over the left side. That's Jeremiah Riffle down the left side. He's off to the races and steps out of bounds. Right at about the 34-yard line.
Tremendous job by the Hogs up front. When I say Hogs, that's a loving term. They used to call the Washington Redskins. Get him around the corner there.
John Riggins and company. I love that
right.
bunch. 34 yards on the carry. Velatiambi, screen pass, left side, pass is complete.
Definitely taking advantage of their speed on the outside.
Tyshawn Dews hauls that one in. Redskins close to another first down, and they are not wasting any time. Both teams going no huddle here. Handoff up the middle. All kinds of running room for Jeremiah Riffle.
They're really coming off the ball, moving them off the line of scrimmage right now, as you can tell.
Yeah, Riffle, first down Redskins. This is like Rich Rodriguez spot the ball.
I'm telling you.
Screen pass over on the left side is complete to Stanton Hill.
Well, it's the way, you know, football operates a lot of times. You can run that up the middle, and then it opens things up for the outside.
Bellatami across the middle, touchdown, just like that. Tyshawn Dews, 11-yard touchdown pass from Bellatami, and the Redskins are on the board in less than a minute and a half.
Quarterback does a great job on the fake there, and then immediately setting his feet correctly to get that pass on the money in the end zone.
Hold everything. So did they take the score off the board? I didn't catch. I was so wound up in looking at other stuff here. Donnie Mays out on the field talking to the official. What in the world?
Evidently they did.
Good look at Coach Mays right there.
Wow, that's a big one there.
Yeah, man.
Some type of personal foul.
So that penalty takes him out of the end zone and pushes him all the way back to Winfield's 27.
First down and a cab ride.
Yeah. And the officials getting together to make sure they're on the same page.
Okay, yeah.
And they weren't.
Well, at least now they can walk to the park instead of riding the cab.
So they move it up 10 yards, now to the 17. So it's 1st and 10 from the 17. Handoff, left side. Mondrell Dean, the running back. Gains a couple on the play. Maybe a yard, and that's it. 2nd and 9. Bellatami gives it to Dean up the middle, lowers his shoulder. Mondrell Dean across the 15, down to the 13-yard line.
Well, it's pretty obvious right now who's owning the line of scrimmage in between the tackles.
Yeah.
And you get that going, and it's hard to stop.
Again, I don't have heights and weights for Hurricane, but I can tell you across the front, 195, 215, and 210 for Winfield, so they don't match up real well.
You can tell by looking at those guys, they don't miss the buffet very often. There's some big kids.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll be back here watching the high school game of the week with RSN Sports from the Frontier Press Box. Back to live action, handoff over the left side. That is Jeremiah Riffle, the ball carrier.
The Generals really have no answer for what's going on with Hurricane offensively right now. You know, when you're banging it up in the middle like that, and then everyone's conscious of that, and then obviously they have the speed to get around the edge as well.
1st and goal. They give it to Riffle up the middle, and Hurricane that time does stuff the gap.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, Winfield got the opening kick, drove it 55 yards. They went out on downs. Hurricane came right back and scored, but a personal foul penalty took that score off the board. So that's where we are at this point with 3:45 on a running clock, and Hurricane first and goal from the 4. Riffle up the middle, stopped short.
That was a great job in the interior by Flaherty and who else was there? Xander Huffman inside, banging it up there. Wow. I think this one's going to count.
Yeah. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Hurricane.
You know, they're just playing basic jamming in your face football, running that A gap and B gap, and anytime you're doing that, getting 3-4 yards a clip, you know. Like I say, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yep, that's right. Caleb Johnson on to attempt the extra point. Holder is Heath Montgomery. Kick is up, and it is good. So, with 2:59 to go in the first, Hurricane draws first blood on the RSN Game of the Week here from Winfield, West Virginia. They lead at 7-0. We'll take a break. We're coming right back.
Okay, Amy, are you going to pass or press your Dutch?
I'm going to press my Dutch. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop!
All right, Wes, your turn. Are you going to pass or press your Dutch? I'm going to press my Dutch. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop. That's the grand prize.
Congratulations, Wes. You've won this brand new Kia Sportage for only $269 a month.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Seven 0 our score in favor of Hurricane as they kick off to Winfield. Boggs across the 20 out to the 23-yard line on the return, where the Generals will set up shop first and 10. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I'll say once again, great coverage on the kicking game for this early in the year. You know, a lot of times it's when things bust loose and people break big, long runs, and these guys are doing a great job containing the return so far.
Yeah. So first and 10 for the Generals. They'll set up shop at their own 23-yard line. And as we mentioned, we'd see some alternating quarterbacks. Hayden Hinkle, the sophomore, now in. 5'11", 180 pounds, sophomore. And they give it around the right side. That's Boggs. Has a hole. Boggs over the right side to the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now they're going to, about 36, they'll spot it.
Great lead blocking once again by the fullback on the jet sweep, and they got around the corner there with that speed.
Yep. First down, Generals. They spot it at the 37. Turned out to be a beautiful night for football, man. I can't believe how lucky we've gotten. Pearson in motion, and they give it to him. Cam Phillips is all over it like salt on sweet corn.
They attempted the option over there, and evidently you could tell Hurricane has been working on that, because that was defensive assignment football to a T right there.
I know Cam's daddy, and he's over there on the other side. He's a little proud right now.
There you go. Strutting around. I hear you, baby.
Nice job by Cam Phillips.
He should
25.
be.
Second and 12, loss of a couple on the play. Boggs in motion. Hinkle gives it to him. Right side, he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that's it.
One thing that's apparent to me already watching this game is both of these teams are very well coached. Good discipline, fundamentals. They do it the right way.
Caleb Cool checks into the ball game at tight end. And we've got a 3rd and 9. Pearson in motion, they give it to it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage. Ball is out. Hurricane picks it up and away they go the other way. With the football, that is Bryson Murrell, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. And I don't see any laundry.
And I'll tell you what, once again, what a great defensive effort you have there. The skill and the quickness that those guys have. It's when they try to go around the corner again, they had a lot of trouble getting on those guys because they're so quick and fast coming up from underneath.
Pearson got hit and lost the football. He's trying to do maybe a little too much with it. Got hit and lost the football, and Murrell picked it up. Went about 27 yards the other way for the touchdown. And Hurricane about to make it 14-0 here, still in the first quarter. Flag on the play, they'll wave this off. The kick is good, but we'll see what the call is. What'd you see there, Coach? Anything? Motion, offsides, what?
I believe might have had some motion on the kicking team, if I'm correct.
Yep, you're right, Coach. You called it. False start. So they'll back them up 5 yards. Caleb Johnson will have the ball spotted at the 15, so this is basically a 25-yard extra point attempt.
Nailed it through.
Yeah, no problem.
Once again, special teams paying off for the Redskins.
So with 1:02 to go, 14-0 is our score. We're coming right back right after this. Stay with us.
The relationship between a lawyer and a client is based on trust. You have to make certain that the lawyer you hire has your best interests at heart. We typically meet our clients at the worst times of their lives, and it's our job to help them. Over the years, we've been entrusted with some of the biggest cases in West Virginia. That's because we have a track record of success and getting exceptional results. We built a reputation as one of the go-to law firms throughout the state of West Virginia.
Joining me, high-profile lawyer Ben Salengo. Ben, it's a real honor to have you on.
In fact, many of our cases come from other lawyers. Lawyers who've worked with us, lawyers who've worked against us, and even those who've merely heard of our results. We're proud of the reputation we've earned in the community for providing exceptional, aggressive legal representation. When you hire my law firm, you don't get excuses, you get results.
Welcome back to Winfield, West Virginia, the campus of Winfield High School in the Frontier Communications broadcast booth. Brian Nostin, the coach. Bob Goebel.
I thought he had tiptoed that one, but he must have stepped into the end zone.
Bob stepped in the end zone. Brian Nostin, Bob Goebel bringing you our first game of the year on RSN Sports. We appreciate you tuning in.
This is the time when the coach who's behind right now starts to earn his money, you know, that 50 cents an hour that they get.
Yeah.
And trying to keep morale up. And
spoken from someone who knows what the salary is for football coaches.
And knowing what at stake right here psychologically, you know, they need to get something moving here and get some momentum, feel good about themselves. Because obviously, if they go up 3 scores, it's going to be detrimental to them mentally.
Bryson Brown is back in at quarterback. He'll drop straight back. Looks left, throws left. Looking for a man down the right side. Pass was intended for Tanner Lothry, and good coverage there from Hurricanes' LaRon Hall-Dews.
Great coverage on him, staying with him step on step down the sideline.
2nd and 10. Injured player for Winfield coming off. That is somebody I don't have a number for. So delay.
Something that's a little unusual if you look at Winfield's offense when they line up too, they're taking really big splits in between the center and the guard. You know, typically always a big split to me was 3 feet. It looks like they may be out there even as far as 4 feet wide.
Yeah. So again, without the benefit of a play clock, the Generals take their 2nd delay of game penalty in this first quarter. Boggs in motion. They give it to Caden Beam over the right side. Beam out to the 20, so he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Redskin defense is really getting in the groove now. As you notice, the last series they were getting a little stronger. They're doing a really good job of doing a responsibility and slowing things down for the Generals now.
Timeout Winfield. We can keep it right here, so they're going to take this timeout. Let's talk about what we've seen now in this first quarter of football. Winfield took the opening kick, had some momentum right off the bat,
right,
and then Hurricane made the adjustments.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, you know, is adjusting, and they're doing a great job of doing it so far. You know, the first Winfield was doing about what they wanted offensively, then you see it get slowed down, then Hurricane turns around and starts moving the ball. And the Hurricanes defense is really doing a good job adjusting and attacking the offense.
The fact that, you know, turnovers always help too, you know,
sure, absolutely.
especially when you're deep in the opposing territory and you get a turnover, you know, it just kind of sucks the life out of you.
Right, and you're dealing with speed here. Hurricanes smaller on defense, but they're much faster.
Brown wants to throw. He'll go left side and nobody home.
I believe that was a mix-up in the old playbook there.
I agree. I believe he was looking for Trey Tanner, but Tanner, number 15, went across the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think he zigged when he should have zagged.
Yeah. Dylan Cool will stand back at his 9-yard line to punt the football. And back to receive is Tyshawn Dews. He's at the 45 of Hurricane. Dews is a sophomore.
Uh-oh.
Now timeout Hurricane. Couldn't do this, Coach, without our sponsors. We want to thank them, and we really want to take our hats off to them because they mean the world to us, and we, again, want to thank them. Ohio Valley Bank, Jennifer Rice of Sold Sisters, Arthur Krenzel, Let Insurance, General Drug Pharmacy, MedCare Physical Therapy, Roy Cools Sports, Best Virginia Heating and Cooling, and Taze Physical Therapy Center. Those are our local team sponsors for tonight's game here in Winfield. All right, so Hurricane has had 30 seconds to think about it and talk about it.
Oh, going for the block.
Rugby style punt. There is a flag on the play. And I'm wondering, was he across the line of scrimmage when he kicked it?
I don't know. I thought, look, might have been.
Well,
No.
they're calling motion on Winfield. If he was across the line of scrimmage, that would be the signal.
Right.
The what do you call it? Illegal motion or procedure?
Procedure,
or
yeah.
whatever you call it. But soon as he kicked that football, that's when the flag got thrown. So that made me think that he was across the line of scrimmage. But what do I know?
I guess they decided not to take a chance to take the penalty and just go ahead and make sure they got the ball on the kick.
So this should be the last play of the first quarter. The first few minutes of the first quarter flew by, but this last 3 or 4 minutes has taken forever.
Yeah, once again, everyone's settling down, getting that adrenaline slowing down a little bit.
Now they're going to mark off 5 yards.
I think once you get into the flow game too, both sides, the players concentrate and get a little bit better at their fundamentals and doing their assignments. Or they don't.
Or they don't. Now the officials explaining things to Donnie Mays over on the far side. Mays declines it, and they'll march him back 5. Now they need to switch out footballs because Hurricane is using a Winfield football. For the love of Mike.
You'd think it was the first game of the year or something, wouldn't you?
Hey, at least it ain't raining, Coach.
That's exactly right.
Villatombi on the end around to LaRon Hall Dews. Dews across midfield. Flag comes in late.
Probably looking for a clip here, I would say. He's doing a great job getting around that corner, but obviously he's getting some really good blocking in front of him, too.
Yeah.
He's got the speed, though. Blocking the back.
That'll go against the Redskins.
I never could really understand why people block people in the back. Unless, they're turning real fast and can't help it or something. But.
I mean, as a coach, that has just got to turn your hair gray.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I mean, so that'll be 10 yards against Hurricane. Now, can they end the quarter on a penalty like that?
I don't believe. I think that's why they're going to run one with no time.
So they have to run an untimed down. Okay. Now, if Winfield had declined it, then that's the end of the quarter.
Right.
So they'll run an untimed down here. Villatombi airs it out, left side.
Oh.
Nice coverage there from Winfield. Pass was intended for Tyshawn Dews. We had coverage on the general side from Pearson and also from Trey Tanner. That's the end of the first quarter. Our score, Hurricane 14, Winfield nothing. You're watching the RSN Game of the Week from the Frontier Communications broadcast studio location. We're right back.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. with broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to being your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.
Back live on the campus of Winfield High School. Brian Nost and Coach Bob Goebel starting the second quarter here, the RSN Game of the Week. Hurricane leads it 14-0, and they have the football right in front of our Frontier Communications broadcast location. Villatombi, screen. Pass is caught by Riffle over the left side. He'll get across the 50 down to the, call it 47-yard line, depending on where they spot it.
And that was led by number 77, Deron Parks, the big left tackle there. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a 9th grader. Like a kid I had, we called him Biscuit. He was one biscuit shy of 300 pounds.
First and 10, Redskins. Handoff. Mondrell Dean.
Speaking of the Washington Redskin Hogs, that's their premier play right there. That was the counter tray once again, pulling the guard and kicking the end out and leading up in there with the tackle from the backside. That's a lot of beef coming at you at one time.
Yeah, man. Second down, Redskins. Villatombi wants to throw. Looks down the right side, and it is intercepted. Nice job right there by Toby Lothry. He stepped right in front of it. Generals football. They needed that turnover, Coach.
Yeah, it was a good job by the defensive front, putting a little bit extra pressure on the quarterback that time, too.
It's a good ball by Villatombi, but Lothry just stepped in front of it, had the position.
Yep.
He got inside that receiver and had the position, stepped right in front of it. And Generals with a little bit of momentum here.
Yeah, he took that angle that's tough to teach defensive backs sometimes how to pursue that angle instead of just going after the football, and he worked that angle perfectly. So the Generals get another chance here.
They'll start this drive on their own 5-yard line. Boggs coming right at you. Nice job by Hurricane there on the defense. Coverage there by Heath Montgomery.
They have been coached very well at coming up and attacking the sweeps, as you can tell. Anytime you have defensive backs that are hungry like that and like to stick their nose in there, get things done, it certainly helps a lot.
Pick up a 3 on the play, Coach. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Generals. Nothing doing there.
Once again, I think the Redskins worked on the option a little bit this week.
Bryson Brown kept that one, and Hurricane was all over it.
The defenders are doing a great job on that, like you have to do with the option. You got to stay at home and take the man you're responsible for. And so every time they've ran that now, they've done a really good job of doing that.
Clock is stopped. There must have been a flag that I did not see.
I didn't see it either. I don't know.
And our spotter, Ethan, didn't see it, so we all missed it. We're all slacking right now.
I keep it up, I'm liable to get that coach's pay this evening.
All right. Ball is on the 8-yard line. 3rd and 10. Boggs on the keeper on the end around. He'll get across the 10 to the 12-yard line. He'll be short of the first down.
They finally got a little bit of yardage on that play. That was the option once again. I think what helped was he rode the dive back a little bit longer.
Got a Redskin down.
Had the opportunity to pitch.
That looks like Drake Lanham, number 40. Yeah, he's nursing that left ankle. I don't know if he got rolled up on or.
I hate to see that.
Yeah. So while they're getting Drake off the field, we want to again thank our sponsors for this local game of the week: Ohio Valley Bank, Jennifer Weiss of Sold Sisters, Arthur Krenzel-Lett Insurance, Tate's Physical Therapy Center, Best Virginia Heating and Cooling, Roy Cool Sports, Medcare Physical Therapy, and General Drug Pharmacy. And hold everything. Now a timeout from Hurricane. Also want to thank Todd Judy Ford, the folks at Dutch Miller, Summit, Bobby Warner Law, Harmar, the United States Army Recruiting Service, Ben Salango, and THS, along with Ball Toyota. Those are participating sponsors tonight, helping make this thing a reality. And of course, you're watching High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Parmar, RSN Sports, from the Frontier Communications broadcast booth. I'll tell you something right now. You sponsor football on RSN Sports, you're going to get some love when it comes to sponsors. We're going to tell you all about it because we can. Winfield going for it on 4th and 2.
Once again, you're looking at that extra wide split.
It's a flag on the play. Winfield thinks they got it, but we'll wait and see what the flag is. Let's follow that white hat right there. Dan Shreve's right on him. It's going to be a personal foul against the Redskins, a face mask. That's an automatic first down.
What a great game to kick the football year off in Putnam County.
Oh, man.
This place is full.
First and 10, Generals. Again, they do that fake motion from Boggs.
5 splits.
And on the end around, they'll give it to Caden Cunningham.
Yeah, a little crisscross there. Faked it to the fullback and gave it to Cunningham coming around.
Good look at Caden right there. He's a sophomore at 5'6", goes about $160. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. They give it to Caden Beam. Beam bangs his way out to the 34-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Mondrell Dean stuck his nose in there, did a great job meeting him in the hole and stopping that dive.
Bring up a 3rd and 6. keeper from Bryson Brown, and he just ran into a bunch of white shirts. You're standing there shaking your head. Tell me why you're shaking your head.
Well, you know, it appeared to me that was unless it was a busted play, it looked like a quarterback keep up through the A gap. When you got fourth down and about 6 yards, it's kind of, or third down and 6 yards is really tough to reach that.
Yeah.
That, in my opinion.
Winfield not even thinking about punting right here, Coach. They're going for it. Fourth and 5.
Or maybe they're going to try to make them jump. Yep.
Timeout, Generals.
One thing you'll notice, too, the difference between these teams is Hurricane is playing a lot more people. You know, they have probably 75% of their defense and 75% of their offense moved back and forth, platoon football. And, of course, you get into the fourth quarter, that's going to make a difference.
Yep. Well, and when you have, what does it look like, probably about 80, 85 kids over there with white jerseys on, you can afford to do that.
Sure.
But Winfield, I mean, they've been a double-A school, right? They've got a good number of players out, too. They're at least in the 50s.
Yeah, Coach Smolder's done a great job getting this program going and getting the kids in the weight room this winter and generating a lot of interest. Like my son asked me one time, how come there's not 200 guys on the football team? I said, well, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah. 4th and 5 for the Generals. They're going for it. Brown under pressure, and he's going to go down for a loss back to the 26. So he lost 9 on the play, and Hurricane will take over in great field position. 1st and 10 from Winfield's, spotted at the 27-yard line.
They did a great job coming up quick and defending the boundary. And if you'll notice what happened there, too, the free safety was creeping up to the wide side of the field to contain if they were coming that way. They had that all scouted and ready for it perfectly.
Ball's at the 27, 1st and 10 for Hurricane. Noah Velatambi is your quarterback. Jeremiah Riffle to his right, and they give it to Riffle. Nice hole up the middle. He cuts it out to the left side and is stopped at the 20-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play.
As the immortal Keith Jackson would say, those big uglies are rolling now up front.
You and I are from the same era, man. We're chewing the same tobacco right here. Velatambi with a pass out into the flat. It is complete.
Great protection that time. He had a really nice pocket to sit in there. Was able to step up and get his body into throw and put it right where he wanted it.
Laron Paul Dews on the reception. 1st and goal for the Redskins. Ball is at the 4. And looks like he did get in the end. They had it stopped there for a second. Second effort. Got him into the end zone for the touchdown. That's Riffle.
Once again, the big guys up front imposing their will on Winfield's defense. Coming off the football, moving them back.
Caleb Johnson out of the hold of Heath Montgomery. We'll try the extra point. You always got to give some love to the long snapper, too.
Yeah.
That's Aaron Tate, by the way, 67. Kick is up and good. 6:33 to go in the second. It's all Redskins, 21-0. We're coming right back.
Ball Toyota is here for you. Gas prices got you down? Toyota has a hybrid for everyone, like the 53 MPG Corolla or Camry, the 58 MPG Prius, the 41 MPG RAV4, the 40 MPG Venza, and the 36 MPG Highlander. Need more room or want to haul a trailer or boat? Get the new 22 MPG Tundra Hybrid. Give your new Toyota the protection it deserves with a genuine Toyota service contract. Visit balltoyota.com. Ball Toyota of Charleston. It's a whole new ball game.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Back to Winfield High School. 21-0 is our score. Caleb Johnson to kick it off. Back deep for the Generals, Jace Miller and also Bray Boggs. And Boggs is going to field it from the 5. Makes a man miss, puts his shoulder down. Nice return there by Bray Boggs out to the 27.
And once good, really good coverage by the kickoff team to keep anything from exploding. Great job on contain. Nice return. It's a good job on the Redskins not letting them break a big one.
So Winfield down 21 at home. 6:24 to go in the first. They have got to get some momentum on their side going into the locker room, Coach. I mean, that is imperative.
Yes, it is. And we're talking about the depth of Hurricane. You can see now there's some fresh bodies in there as we speak.
Handoff up the middle, and they're going to give it to Caden Beam. Beam out to the 35-yard line, a gain of 7. Second and 3.
Well, once again for the Generals, you know, like I said, they just haven't been able to get into a rhythm doing anything, you know.
Right.
And a lot of that is because of the Redskins.
Boggs in motion, and they give it to him. Out to the 39-yard line. They're going to give him enough for the first down, just shy of the 40.
Once again, those defensive backs do a great job of coming up and taking on that stuff on the corner.
So first and 10, Winfield. 5:40 on a running clock. Hayden Hinkle, your quarterback, and the ball's on the ground. Bad exchange there from Christian Kelly, bad exchange between Hayden Hinkle and Jackson Cunningham, and sometimes you'll have that when you've got a backup quarterback in there.
Yes.
Sometimes that kind of stuff happens. And I don't think it's anything that Coach Smolder's doing because of the play of Bryson Brown. He's just trying to mix it up.
Sure.
Make something happen.
Right. Trying to get a little spark going here.
I mean, ask Mike Tomlin what he's doing with the Pittsburgh Steelers right now.
There you go.
Mitch Trubisky's starting tonight. Who knows if he'll be the starter on week 1. Handoff right up the middle to Caden Beam, and Mondrell Dean was all over it. Little help from Lucas Ripito as well.
You can see that the Redskins have made it a priority through adjustment and scouting and everything to start taking away that fullback dive. When they get to where they can stuff that, the Generals are really going to have a tough time.
Yep. Loss of a few on the play. It'll make it 3rd and 13. Hinkle wants to throw it, steps up, and
great job. Wow.
Ripito ripped him to the ground.
And of course, once again, talking about that secondary, what caused him to have to wait to throw that ball. They had great coverage behind.
And now Coach Smolder no longer going to go for it after that last touchdown. He's decided to punt it.
You know, one thing you notice about both of these offenses as far as formation, they're rather vanilla. You can go double wing with a wide out sometimes and one back. You don't see hardly any shifting or motion or a lot of different formations.
Dylan Cool standing back at his 23-yard line to punt it. Tyshawn Dews will field it at his 25. Dews turns the corner. And Caden Cunningham with a handful of jersey throws him out of bounds.
Well, if you're watching this game, ladies and gentlemen, it's blatantly evident that Mr. Dews has some jets on his shoes.
Yeah.
He can really run.
Yeah, he can. So Hurricane will come back out with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the half. We know it doesn't take them that long to score. So we'll see what Coach Donnie Mays has drawn up in the playbook.
Had to switch the footballs again there. Uh-oh, what was that for?
I believe that there was a personal foul.
On the sideline?
Yes.
Yep.
Against Winfield.
Now here I'm talking about where they've been vanilla, and here they come out with trips to the left.
Velatombi wants to throw right side. He's got a man wide open.
On the money.
Mondrell Dean.
Excellent job. Once again, getting the protection up front. He's really good at locking in on his receiver, and people don't talk about this a lot. He has really good feet when he sets his feet to throw the ball. That's one reason he can put it on the money so well.
First and goal from the 2. And just like that, 2 plays, Jeremiah Riffle untouched into the end zone, and we're an extra point away from 28 zip.
Once again, Winfield not getting any help out there on the corner, and the Redskins sealing it off really well. Good job there. And you run that to the weak side of the field with the receiver split out, which of course creates more space for him to be able to turn the corner there, and also one less defender in the area.
Johnson on to attempt the extra point. Up and good. Coming up at halftime, we will look at some scores from around the state. And if we're lucky, we will talk to Channel 13 Sports Director Cassidy Wood, who is here covering the game tonight for WOWK.
We also need to give a big shout out once again to the weatherman.
Man, I'll tell you.
Right before kickoff, a little while, it looked pretty bleak.
Last year, this rivalry, Hurricane won 48-10, and they're already at 28, and we're not even to halftime. Boggs is back deep. Nico Petrozelli, I've been waiting to say that name all night, Coach. Nico Petrozelli is also back. And they're going to kick it to Boggs, and he'll go in the end zone. You know, as an announcer, as a broadcaster, there are just some names that you just can't wait for, you know, like Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
You know, that's one. Velatombi. And then you got Petrozelli. Finale. That's good stuff right there.
I'm talking about you and I being old guys. I always like the quarterback who played at Washington, Sonny Six Killer. Redskins have gotten to the point now where they've really shutting down that fullback dive, even with those wide splits in there.
Bryson Brown back in at quarterback. And they give it up the middle.
Nice job, little counter action there. Flag on the play.
Boggs wanted a face mask, and he may get it. Yep, he got it, face mask.
You know, I was talking about how many times they've ran that fullback dive in there. Great play that time. They dove the fullback, then countered the tailback off of it. Gave him a really nice hole to run through.
Other scores from around the state at halftime. Bridgeport leads Buchanan Upshur 42-0. Hedgesville over Washington. That's yesterday's action, 34-15. Martinsburg up on Salem, Virginia, 13-0 right now.
Oh.
Petrozelli's met in the backfield, wrapped up. Jefferson on top of Millbrook, Virginia in the first half, 14-0. Musselman over Spring Mills at halftime, 13-0. No score, St. Albans, Parkersburg, as the Matt Kimes era begins in Parkersburg. Parkersburg South leading Capital 35-0 first half.
Got some laundry on the field.
Brown, the keeper.
Also, I believe it's the debut for St. Albans head coach Willie Washington.
Yeah. You might be wondering why I had not mentioned Huntington Spring Valley. That game is in a lightning delay. They haven't even kicked it off yet. Wheeling Park leading St. Clairsville, Ohio, 21-0 in the first half. Those are AAA scores, obviously. We'll get to some more of these at halftime. Sure if you saw that, but the official signaled for the clock to start, and it didn't, and it still hasn't. Brown looks to throw over the middle, intended for Caleb Cool, and it was overthrown.
And if you noticed on that, Caden Cunningham, when he went the misdirection and went down the far sideline, there was not a defender within 10 yards of him. And for all you people saying, why didn't you throw it to him? You get out there and try that one time.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a tough job.
Boggs in motion. Brown wants to throw. Under pressure, rolls left. Gets rid of it, just throws it away.
Well, once again, reiterating, the Generals are just having a really tough time handling the quickness of Hurricane. I know when I played, I hated trying to block a guy that was smaller and quicker than me. It's not easy.
Just sit on it, Coach. Right? Just sit on him.
Yeah, when you can. Yeah, you could drive block him every once in a while, but it's tough to pass block him.
So Winfield going to have to kick it away again after they lost 10 yards on that possession. Rugby style punt, and they'll just let it go. Rolls dead at the 15-yard line, so Redskins will have 53 seconds to try and put another few points on the board. And I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, like I said, they've gotten in a rhythm and they're starting to mix it up there, and they're just getting to where they're more explosive every time.
Yeah.
Getting more options open, especially getting their passing game going.
Two receivers to the bottom of your screen for the Redskins. Velatami out of the shotgun. He'll go over the middle. Pass is caught by Heath Montgomery, just shy of the first down marker.
Really nice comeback route by Montgomery on that one.
And Coach Donnie Mays going hurry up here, Bob.
Oh, they got in there that time.
Yeah, Velatami was hit as he threw it. Pass falls incomplete. Be 3rd and inches. Velatami and Riffle in the backfield. They give it to Riffle. He's got the first down and more. He's out to the 30. Clock will stop while they move the change. 36 seconds to go. And again, twin wide receivers to the bottom of your screen here. That's Tyshawn Dews and LaRon Hall Dews.
I believe they're going to burn the clock and go in.
Riffle the ball carrier. And again, they're just playing spot the ball here and go. Velatami winds up, throws out route.
Oh.
Montgomery on the reception. Or did he drop that?
That one ricocheted away.
Yeah.
Same route. They're having a real tough time covering the comeback on that.
7 seconds left. Do you go for it here if you're Donnie Mays, or you just go in the locker room?
I know what I do.
Well, I'm asking.
I would probably kneel on it and not take a chance of a pick.
All right. Velatami, little out.
But evidently he may be trying to get in field goal range, which is too late now, so he can bomb her down there one more time.
Murrell on the catch.
Of course, with the speed they have, you never know, you know?
Right. They'll go right down the center of the field. The pass is caught. Still on his feet is Mondrell Dean, and that'll be the end of the first half. Our score at the end of 2 quarters. The Hurricane Redskins all over the Generals, 28-0. Stay with us right here at RSN Sports. We will have a few high school scores to talk to you about in the next few minutes, and hopefully get a chance to talk with Cassidy Wood, who is the sports director for WOWK Television, Channel 13. For right now, we'll take a break, and we'll come back in just a few. Stay right here.
It's time for a Labor Day Tense event. This is our biggest event ever with the most cars and the most offers.
We've got 4 locations of inventory. Not only are we selling at our main lots, but we've got tents at the Kanawha Mall and the Old Sport Mart Plaza. Every test drive is a chance to win $1,000. Buy a car and get your choice of $1,000 cash, no payments until 2023, 250 gallons of gas, or take a bigger discount.
With the best trade-in figures powered by Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, you can get the best deals of the year.
Go to TopJ4.com and see for yourself.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Okay, Amy, are you going to pass or press your Dutch?
I'm gonna press my Dutch. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop!
All right, Wes, your turn. Are you going to pass or press your Dutch? I'm going to press my Dutch. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop. That's the grand prize!
Congratulations, Wes. You've won this brand new Kia Sportage for only $269 a month.
We know who we are, where we have been, and where we are going. Healthcare is ever-changing, and we are evolving to meet the future needs of our community. Thomas Health is honored to announce our affiliation with the WVU Health System. WVU Health System and its network of hospitals and physicians across West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania will allow Thomas Health to elevate and expand the current services we offer to this region. With broader access to specialists and subspecialists and the full support of the preeminent health system in our state, we look forward to being your first choice for medical care. Together, proudly serving our community and the state of West Virginia, today and tomorrow.
The relationship between a lawyer and a client is based on trust. You have to make certain that the lawyer you hire has your best interests at heart. We typically meet our clients at the worst times of their lives, and it's our job to help them. Over the years, we've been entrusted with some of the biggest cases in West Virginia. That's because we have a track record of success and getting exceptional results. We built a reputation as one of the go-to law firms throughout the state of West Virginia.
Joining me, high-profile lawyer Ben Salengo. Ben, it's a real honor to have you on.
In fact, many of our cases come from other lawyers. Lawyers who've worked with us, lawyers who've worked against us, and even those who've merely heard of our results. We're proud of the reputation we've earned in the community for providing exceptional, aggressive legal representation. When you hire my law firm, you don't get excuses, you get results.
Time for a Labor Day Tense event.
This is our biggest event ever with the most cars and the most offers.
We've got 4 locations of inventory. Not only are we selling at our main lots, but we've got tents at the Kanawha Mall and the Old Sport Mart Plaza. Every test drive is a chance to win $1,000. Buy a car and get your choice of $1,000 cash, no payments until 2023, 250 gallons of gas, or take a bigger discount.
With the best trade-in figures powered by Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, you can get the best deals of the year.
Go to TopJ4.com and see for yourself.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Ball Toyota is here for you. Gas prices got you down? Toyota has a hybrid for everyone, like the 53 MPG Corolla or Camry, the 58 MPG Prius, the 41 MPG RAV4, the 40 MPG Venza, and the 36 MPG Highlander. Need more room or want to haul a trailer or boat? Get the new 22 MPG Tundra Hybrid. Give your new Toyota the protection it deserves with a genuine Toyota service contract. Visit balltoyota.com. Ball Toyota of Charleston. It's a whole new ball game.
Lots of positive notes here. Rather heavy, weak, and weary, but the moon came continuous volumes onto another moon. Rather angry, learning rapid, suddenly, within its pepper, as if some gently rattle have I changed your door. 'Tis difficult, mother, tapping when I change your door, only this, and nothing more. Open here, I flung the shutter, when with beauty of circle and flutter, in their step a stately maiden, and 16 years of First the women of Western Palace, just the deck of the train room, first and second, said the lonely and the classic must spoke only after a word, as if he spoke unwood, yet outward.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we continue to be the #1 Jeep dealer in the entire state of West Virginia. The reason? Friends and family pricing for everyone, which means you always get the best deal right up front. Don't see the vehicle you're looking for? Then ask about ordering the vehicle you want, the way you want it, faster, direct from the manufacturer. And right now, during the Make This the Summer event, get a $250 gas card upon delivery of your brand new Jeep. Text or chat now at DutchMillerJeep.com.
I'm attorney Bobby Warner. Congress recently created a fund to compensate victims of Camp Lejeune who were exposed to toxic waters between 1953 and 1987. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with cancer or other health issues related to toxic water exposure at Camp Lejeune, call today for a free case evaluation.
Bobby Warner, now's the time. Call 345-6789.
Welcome back to the campus of Winfield High School. Brian Austin, Coach Bob Goebel, and 28-0 is our score. We were going to have Cassidy Wood from Channel 13. She got called away to, get this, she's going to have to do 2 other games now between now and time to go back to the studio, edit it all together, and get it on the air by 11:10 tonight for their sports coverage. So I'm giving Cassidy a pass, Coach.
Heard that. Man, that's talk about some time compression.
This ball game was out of hand early in the first quarter and continues to be out of hand. Other scores, Bridgeport over Buchanan Upshur 49-0 at halftime. Hedgesville on top of Washington. John Marshall and University are tied. Martinsburg is up at halftime over Salem, Virginia. Parkersburg South ahead of Capital, 35-0. Still no score reported in the St. Albans Parkersburg game. I have to feel like that something's going on there. I just don't have the numbers in front of me. Brooke is ahead of Ripley right now, 21-6. Beckley, Woodrow, Wilson, and Riverside. How about this, Coach? Woodrow Wilson 28, Riverside nothing.
Wow.
In the first half. Some double-A scores here real quick as we're waiting for team to get back on the field. Petersburg is over Berkeley Springs right now, 39-21. Sissonville over Chapmanville, 7-0.
Wow, that's a surprise there.
Yeah.
Those guys are really coming on. You know, Chapmanville's supposed to be really good this year, and I saw them throw some 7-on-7 in the summertime. They look really good, especially their quarterback.
North Marion on top of East Fairmont. That's a final from yesterday. Fairmont Senior leading Lewis County at halftime, 21-6. Frankfort over Moorfield, 24-0 at halftime. Graham, Virginia, and Bluefield. Graham 7, Bluefield nothing. Second quarter.
Well, you know that's a slobber knocker. They get about 10, 12,000 people there for that game every year. It's something to see.
Yep. Herbert Hoover on top of Scott in the second quarter. Logan over Mann. It's a final from yesterday, 20-7. Some single A scores. Hardy over Gilmer, 57-0 at halftime. We thought this first half was bad. Greenbrier West over Buffalo, 27-0. Ravenswood on top of Magnolia, 22-0 in the first half. Doddridge over South Harrison. Doddridge has really been on the come the last few years, 12-0 over South Harrison, second quarter. Tug Valley leading AA Shady Spring, 32-21. Tyler over the defending state champion Ritchie Rebels right now, 8-0 first half.
Sounds like a battle down there.
Yeah, man. Williamstown on the road in Waterford, Ohio tonight. And they are leading at halftime over the Wildcats, 33-14. And those are some high school scores from around the state of West Virginia.
That's great. You know, the other thing about the first game of the year, a lot of times you never know what's going to happen. You don't know if you prepared well enough. A lot of times scrimmages don't show you what you really need to do. And it's kind of, coach on the fly a little bit during the first game.
All right, so, Coach, you've been on both ends of this scoreboard, right, in your career.
Yes, I have.
So you're down 28-0. What do you tell your kids at halftime?
Now, why did you pick me for that side?
Because I'm going to get both sides.
Well, I found out as years went on, especially, there's no sense in getting in there and really chewing them out unless they're just not trying. I just always tell them, let's go back out. Give us your best effort. Do the best you can do, and let's try to put some points on board, and let's have some fun, and because, what a lot of coaches that are, especially young ones, don't realize, they feel bad too.
Yeah.
And if you're really getting down like that, I'll always just try to pick them up, find a way to get them going, Now,
if you're Donnie Mays, you have to be really happy with how your ball club performed in that first half, right?
Yes, sir. They're doing a good job. Like I said, you can tell both teams are well coached. The biggest problem is that Winfield's having trouble handling the speed.
And speaking of speed, that's Bryson Miro down the left side after returning that squib kick.
Yeah, I believe I spoke about that at the correct time.
Yeah.
And once again, like I said, the amount of personnel that Hurricane is putting on the field that is playing has got to have a detrimental effect for Winfield as they go along.
Yeah.
It's tough enough for them right now mentally, and, when they keep putting fresh bodies in there on both sides of the ball, it's tough to deal with.
And it'll only continue to be that way as assuming Hurricane is going to pad this lead in the second half.
Sure.
Noah Velatombi is the quarterback. And right away, Winfield jumped. Dead ball foul, they're going to be called offsides.
I'm glad you had the job of pronouncing the quarterback's name this evening.
I had to ask. I got to be honest with you. I called my buddy Chris Lawrence at 580 WCHS,
yes,
who's actually doing this game tonight. There's a pick down the other way.
Speaking of changing momentum.
Yeah. Ray Boggs still on his feet. And a nice way to start the second half for Winfield.
Yeah, the Generals really needed a little spark, and that definitely is going to do it for them. And hopefully if they can come out and drive down and get a score, it might breathe new life into it and get them rolling.
And there is a flag over on the far sideline. And that may be on the Hurricane bench or something that happened on the Hurricane sideline, because they are moving forward.
Yeah, from here I couldn't tell whether the tackle was completely clean or not. It didn't look really bad.
Personal foul, face mask against Hurricane.
Okay. I stand corrected. I didn't see that.
But, again, I have to give credit to my friend Chris Lawrence at 580 WCHS and the Metro News Radio Network, because Chris gave me the pronunciation for Velatombi today, because I called him. I said, dude, you got to help me out. I can't. And Chris was a big help this week, by the way, getting our charts and stuff together, too, because being that this was the game of the week for WCHS, Chris had already been in contact with both coaches. And so he very graciously gave us the information that you and I are using tonight.
Yep. I've known Chris for a long time. Of course, most of it was on the other side of the ball. You know, but he's a consummate professional, that's
no
for
doubt.
sure.
Bryson Brown has his pass picked off. Back the other way.
Look at this.
Yeah, still on his feet. He's going to go, man. Ain't nobody stopping him now. LaRon Hall-Dews is going to go.
Is there a flag on the play?
Oh, heck yeah. Officials are bringing him back. I do not see where the flag is, but it's no. No, I looked. It's not it.
I didn't catch what it is. A lot of times on those returns, you get a block in the back.
Well, Dan's on our official right here, so let's keep an eye on the monitor and see what the official is going to call. It's a block, and it's illegal. Is that
blocking the back?
Yeah.
Illegal use of hands.
Yeah. Well, that negates an 80-yard interception return for a touchdown.
Wow. Generals were lucky on that one. Because talk about momentum, that very well could have buried him.
While we have a second here, I want to thank our presenting sponsors, participating sponsors tonight, Todd Judy Ford, Dutch Miller, Summit, Warner Law, Parmar, United States Army Recruiting, Ben Salango, THS, and Ball Toyota.
But it appears they left the football in the end zone. He has to go get it.
That's what you call camera time right there for Troy Conley from Hurricane number 80.
That's real sportsmanship here. He's bringing the Winfield football over to the Winfield sideline.
That's right.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Villatombi, hands off, reverse direction. That's Riffle with it. Riffle loses the football, and Winfield has recovered.
Wow.
So Riffle stiff-armed a guy, knocked him to the ground, then took a shot, coughed up the football, and Winfield recovered.
Well, we've got the yo-yo out back and forth here. Well, it's good to see that the Generals are still fighting back with this deficit, and they certainly have enough time to do something about it if they can just get some momentum going.
So 10:27 here in the third quarter. Just underway in the third quarter. We've already had 2 turnovers.
I guess we'll see the Winfield manager is going over. Is he still looking for the elusive football?
That could be.
Well, that's the only piece of green you'll see on that sideline, that's for sure.
Yep. Gray Boggs, the ball carrier, across midfield down to the 48-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5. Boggs in motion. They hand the ball to him on the right side, and he is swallowed up there
That was something that, if you'll recall, worked pretty well for them in the first half.
Yeah.
Especially when they had the big fullback out there leading. Defender sliced underneath that block and made the play that time.
Drake Lanham on the stop, gain of 1, 3rd and 4. Neither team huddling tonight. Coach is calling the plays in from the sidelines as number 34, Caden Bean, gets the first down for the Generals. I got to meet his mom and dad at halftime, Caden Bean's mom and dad. Really, really nice folks.
Looks like their Winfield's is coming back and working the bread and butter again, hitting the dive.
Well, that's the kid to do it.
I'd say.
He's got some beef on his bones. Now he's going to do a lead. What a great block by Beam right there.
Yep. Once again, the speed is really containing them on the edge. The defense really swarms and attacks the ball.
Yeah. Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13. Ball at the 43. Brown wants to throw. Has a man in the flat.
Incomplete.
In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Toby Lothry. So it'll be 3rd and 13.
That would have been a great help, but it's obvious that Winfield is going to live and die by the run. Seems to be their philosophy. So,
well, here's the thing about that, and I've had my thoughts about that my entire life. You know, you live and die by the run, but when you're down 28 and you got to throw the football,
exactly,
you're in a world of hurt.
Yes, you are. Particularly if you don't work on it.
Yeah.
You know.
Timeout on the field, 8:06 to go, 28-0. We'll take a break. We're coming right back.
Time for a Labor Day tents event.
This is our biggest event ever with the most cars and the most offers.
We've got 4 locations of inventory. Not only are we selling at our main lots, but we've got tents at the Kanawha Mall and the Old Sport Mart Plaza. Every test drive is a chance to win $1,000. Buy a car and get your choice of $1,000 cash, no payments until 2023, 250 gallons of gas, or take a bigger discount.
With the best trade-in figures powered by Kelley Blue Book Instant Cash Offer, you can get the best deals of the year.
Go to TopJ4.com and see for yourself.
8:06 to go here in the third quarter. Brian Noss to Coach Bob Goebel on RSN Sports Par-Mar Game of the Week. Winfield and Hurricane, and it's all Redskins so far tonight. 3rd and 13 now for the Generals. Bryson Brown, your quarterback, sends Bray Boggs in motion, and they just hand it to Caden Beam right up the middle.
Well, once again, going back to the one play that's been successful for him most of the time.
Yeah. Good look at that. Number 34 right there, Caden Beam, 6'2", 227.
He is a stout young man.
He is. A lot of colleges paying him some attention.
He has tremendous strength for his size, you can tell.
Brown pass down the left-hand side is going to be intercepted. However, they're going to call this back because Hurricane was all over Bray Boggs, the intended receiver, pass interference.
Yeah, looked like they were dancing with him on the sideline.
They were holding on for dear life. Boggs never had a chance.
And, you know, that's one rule I wish they would change. I think interference ought to be at the spot of the foul, just like in college and NFL.
Yeah. At any rate, it is going to be a 10-yard penalty, so it will be a first down for Winfield. Deepest penetration for the Generals, by the way, Coach, since the opening drive.
Yes, some of the stuff, like I said, they're doing up front starting to work for them a little bit now.
You know, if you're Donnie Mays, you want to make sure that your kids don't take their foot off the gas either, you know.
That's another thing that's hard to do as a coach.
Another flag comes in. Brown keeps it. And we could have another face mask call here against Hurricane. Personal foul, face mask. Yes, sir.
2 big penalties on this drive.
That's 25 yards in penalties, and of course that equals 2 first downs. And now Hurricane has their backs against the wall in the red zone for the first time tonight, as Winfield has the ball first and goal from the 8. Love to see the Redskins punch it in here. They give it to Caden Beam, left side. Beam down across the 5 to the 4-yard line. Let the big man eat.
Yep, ride the horse. Yeah, it's easy for kids, especially at this level, to get complacent when they get a little bit of a lead like that. And they start messing around, and before you know it, you know, they're in trouble.
They give it to Boggs on the counter, untouched into the end zone, and Winfield with 6:32 to go in the third. The Generals are on the board. That was a nice counter, Coach.
Yes, it was, and great to see that, you know, they're not letting the score affect their performance. They've actually gotten better on this drive, so hopefully they'll keep jamming away.
Yeah, they got better on the drive, and 25 yards of penalties helped.
Yeah, sure did. Good.
Extra point is up and good from Aiden Hernandez. So with 6:32 to go in the third, Winfield on the board. It's now 28-7 Hurricane. We're coming right back.
Ball Toyota is here for you. Gas prices got you down? Toyota has a hybrid for everyone, like the 53 MPG Corolla or Camry, the 58 MPG Prius, the 41 MPG RAV4, the 40 MPG Venza, and the 36 MPG Highlander. Need more room or want to haul a trailer or boat? Get the new 22 MPG Tundra Hybrid. Give your new Toyota the protection it deserves with a genuine Toyota service contract. Visit balltoyota.com. Ball Toyota of Charleston. It's a whole new ball game.
Welcome back to RSN Sports coverage of the Parmar Game of the Week from the Frontier Communications broadcast booth. I'm Brian Nost along with Coach Bob Goebel, and Winfield finally gets on the board here in this ball game. They trail it 28-7 against the Hurricane Redskins. Nice little drive there, Coach. We were talking off air about Winfield. Nice to see him move that football a little bit, and they have not given up.
No, they're not laying down, and you know, this is, as we all know, this is a big game to them, and I expect both teams to play till the whistle, you know, till the end of the game. See what happens here. Might get some more momentum going.
Yep. Hernandez with the boot. And Hurricane just lets it go into the end zone for the touchback. Again, we want to thank our sponsors here tonight, folks. We could not do it without them. Our local game sponsors tonight, Ohio Valley Bank, Jennifer Rice of Sold Sisters Realty, Arthur Krenzel-Lett Insurance, General Drug Pharmacy, Medcare Physical Therapy, Roy Cool Sports, Best Virginia Heating and Cooling, and Tays Physical Therapy Center are our local sponsors tonight. Coming up here at the end of the night, we will have the Kroger player of the game. Yeah, nice job there by the Generals defense.
There you go. You put one on the board. Now they're getting inspired.
Velatambi with the screen. Left side. Nice job there.
I've been asked a lot of times, what's one thing, is there anything you know for sure about this game? And I said, yeah, there is one thing. I said, you go out there, no matter how much you work at it, you never know what's going to happen when that ball snapped with those kids.
Yep. Velatambi steps up, and he is going to be sacked.
Winfield cranking up the pressure.
Yep.
Bringing the defense.
And for the first time tonight, guess what? We got a punting team on the field for the Hurricane Redskins.
Generals finally get a stop. They're feeling good about that. Now they just get a little flow going on offense.
Inside 5:25 on a running clock in the third quarter. Bray Boggs back deep for the Generals. Off the side of his foot. And that's going to take a General hop. And going to be down at the 34-yard line. Great field position. And look at Eddie Smolder, man, on the sidelines. He wants his kids to get up. Heck yeah.
Good time for them to answer again. If they can pop another one in here, we're going to have a game.
Smolder's on top of it, man. He wants his kids and his crowd to come to their feet. Bryson Brown back under center. Boggs in motion. Brown, straight drop, wants to throw. Looking left side.
Oh.
In and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Tough throw in the double coverage down there.
Tanner Lothry, the intended recipient.
Great help by the safety coming over.
Hurricane player is injured.
I believe he's cramping.
Yeah, it's Heath Montgomery.
Hey, let's go! They're tired! Come on!
So timeout on the field, and Montgomery will have to come off for a play. We'll take a quick break and come back. 5:02 to go in the third. Stay with us. There ain't a worse feeling in the world in the middle of a football game or at 2:30 in the morning when you're laying in bed, you get a cramp. And Bob was just saying off air, how did you remedy that when you coached in Florida, Coach?
Well, you know how humid and hot it is there. It's just brutal all the time. Instead of using Gatorade, we started to give them Pedialyte before the game and gave them Pedialyte at halftime. We discovered through our trainer they actually had more electrolytes than Gatorade or Powerade, and we virtually had no cramps. It was amazing.
Wow.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground, and the Redskins, I think, have fallen on it. Yeah.
Redskin football.
And that's a killer, man, right there. Just when the momentum started to swing back towards Winfield a little bit.
Yeah, and that's where I coach college football and high school football. One of the biggest changes, more so in high school, it's both levels, but it's just the ebb and flow of the game, being able to take the small crisis one at a time and do something about it, not let it affect you the next time you're going after it. It's harder for these young guys to do.
Villatamba with the handoff to Riffle, and Riffle's off to the races. One man to beat, and they're not going to catch him. Riffle goes 54 yards.
Got a flag on the play. Can you believe this?
Wow, it was 64 yards, but there is a flag on the play. And that happened right in front of the Hurricane bench. Blocking the back. The Hurricane, doggone. Somebody explain to me, when the kid is 20 yards ahead of the play, one man to beat, and there's a block in the back behind you.
What were you and I talking about earlier today? The one thing that absolutely drives a football coach crazy is that. I mean, why do it? Why are you doing it,
And that's 2 touchdowns that have come off the board tonight for Hurricane because of penalties. Now, one of those they got back. But ding dong, man.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, a young man has some wheels.
Let's do it again. They'll hand it off to Riffle again, only this time Winfield's all over it. Gain of maybe 1.5. They'll give him 2. Riffle again, right up the middle. Still on his feet. It takes about 6 or 7 generals to bring him down.
What happened there, they formationed out of the additional help they could have had by having a wide out here and then bringing the guy over here with him. And what happens, one of the interior linebackers goes out and has to cover halfway, and that opens it up for the dive through there.
Yeah. First down.
Playing a little chess now.
Hand off to Riffle. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's it. Clock continues to run at 3:50 in the third.
Be good time to come up with a little play action fake and dump that thing.
It's not play action, but they want to dump it. Pass was intended for Tyshawn Dews.
Well, how about that? I called the play, but I didn't call the route.
I'll let you go on that. Matthew Daly on the coverage.
You know how I knew that? I have some of that ESPN. I can read mine. Yeah.
That's right. Every coach is required to have it.
Oh.
Whoops.
Another thing, too, we get to think about this. I was talking about earlier, fatigue setting in a little bit, make you jump like that. It's tougher to concentrate.
Yeah. Hand off to Riffle left side, and he's gone. Nobody's going to touch him.
And I don't know if that was miscommunication or what was going on there, but Winfield's defense lined up with the nose and a tackle on end to one side of the line of scrimmage. And they handed the ball to him, and there was nobody over there.
But they brought LaRon Hall-Dews on the jet sweep, the fake jet sweep, towards this sideline, and that drew the left side of those two linebackers over there. That drew them off on the Dews, and then they did that counter, and bam, he was gone.
And there was nobody there?
Yeah.
They just motioned them out there.
Extra point now by Johnson. It's good.
Going to be some tough sledding for the Generals from here throughout the rest of the evening.
Keep it right here. I want to thank a couple of other sponsors that I have neglected to mention earlier tonight, but the West Virginia Coal Association, and still coal keeps the stadium lights on. Martin Transport. Join the team of highly skilled CDL drivers for the best pay and benefits at Martin Transport. And finally, our friends at Mullen Plumbing and Heating, a proud partner of Game Day. Contact Mullen today for a free consultation. I won't wait till tomorrow because I don't think anybody's going to answer the phone right now. But tomorrow or Monday, get on them. And they do it all. They do plumbing. They do HVAC. They do sewer problems. You name it.
Wow.
Back deep for Winfield, Nico Petruzzelli.
There you go.
And Bray Boggs. And they've been kicking it to Boggs all night, and this time it's going to go to Petruzzelli. Come on, son. Squirts up through across the 25 to the 30-yard line. So nice little 12-yard return for Nico.
It's been amazing how Hurricanes kickoff and Winfield return have been almost carbon copies when they do field the ball and bring it up.
Yeah.
Always wind up on about the 30-yard line. Once again, starting to make a difference, bringing the fresh bodies in.
Speaking of fresh bodies, Hayden Hinkle is your quarterback now. And they give it to Petruzzelli over the left side. Petruzzelli squirts out to the 30, almost 35-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Good look at Hinkle right there.
The swing offense is a really good one to run out of, but it's pretty easy to pick up some tendencies sometimes. Once again, they're lining up with those huge splits. ISO.
Man in motion was Caden Cunningham, and that's who got the football. Number 2.
General still grinding away. Can get another first down right here.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. Clock continues to tick, 2:20 in the third. They give it to the big man.
Looks like he got enough for the first down.
Caden Bean, first down Generals.
Looks like Winfield's Hogs are getting a little tired there.
Yeah.
Another thing, what we talked about earlier, it's a big difference playing a football game than going out and scrimmaging too,
Bray Boggs, the ball carrier.
Nowhere to go.
Looks like we have a flag on the play. Another face mask. personal foul against Hurricane. That's the third or fourth one tonight, Coach. I can't recall.
I didn't see what happened there. I didn't see anybody grab the face mask. I guess he did.
Well, and he didn't indicate face mask either. He just indicated a personal foul.
Might have been a late hit, somebody jumping on him when he was down or something.
At any rate, it's 15 yards.
Yeah, whatever he did, it was bad.
So 1st and 10 Generals from the Hurricane 44.
Great job coming in from the backside there.
Caden Cunningham on the carry and Joseph Wihano on the stop.
That was a great job scraping in through there from the backside.
Gain of 1. Little counter over the left side and a first down for Caden Cunningham. Nice little counter right there, Coach, over the left side.
They really got the defense flowing in the wrong direction there. That's the thing about that counter. If you hit it usually goes pretty well.
I like that call because they took it wider than they normally take it.
Right.
And that allowed for some big yards. Another flag comes in.
These guys are going to run out of laundry if they're around down there.
And the PA announcer here from Winfield is he's wishing the call because he said, and it looks like another face mask penalty. Well, heck, we had no idea. The official hasn't signaled. He's about to. Dan Shreve has a camera on him, personal foul. I don't know what in the world that signal was. It is a personal foul.
Horse collar?
Oh, yeah, horse collar. My bad. He didn't stomp his feet or something to help me understand that was a horse collar.
Well, I think I could guess who's getting the ball right here, I would hope.
No, it's they're going to give it to the other Caden Cunningham.
Looked like they ran a little power there trying to kick out with the fullback on the outside.
And that's the end of the third quarter, and our score. $35-7. We'll take a break. We'll come back for the final quarter right after this.
The relationship between a lawyer and a client is based on trust. You have to make certain that the lawyer you hire has your best interests at heart. We typically meet our clients at the worst times of their lives, and it's our job to help them. Over the years, we've been entrusted with some of the biggest cases in West Virginia. That's because we have a track record of success and getting exceptional results. We built a reputation as one of the go-to law firms throughout the state of West Virginia.
Joining me, high-profile lawyer Ben Salengo. Ben, it's a real honor to have you on.
In fact, many of our cases come from other lawyers. Lawyers who've worked with us, lawyers who've worked against us, and even those who've merely heard of our results. We're proud of the reputation we've earned in the community for providing exceptional, aggressive legal representation. When you hire my law firm, you don't get excuses, you get results.
As we start the fourth quarter, Winfield is knocking on the door. 2nd and goal from the 5. And Hayden Hinkle continues in at quarterback. Hinkle keeps it. And he stretches. Touchdown. Touchdown, Winfield. Nice way to start the fourth quarter.
Yep, plenty of time.
Aiden Hernandez to attempt the extra point. Bryson Brown, the holder. Logan Howell, the long snapper. Here we go. It's up and good. So 5 seconds into the fourth quarter, we've got a touchdown on the board for the Generals, and they now trail it 35-14. You know, I really like their gamesmanship, the way they're hanging in this ball game.
Absolutely.
They could have given up faster than anything, but they didn't. They came out in the second half. They put a score on the board quickly, had a stop, and nearly put another score on the board, but then that turnover did them in. But they've held Hurricane to only 7 points here in this second half.
Well, the thing is, too, that's great about Coach Smolder, he's been there before, and he's changing the culture here with that championship mentality and building a great program. And these guys are going to be somebody to deal with in a couple of years, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
What I was talking about earlier, too, real impressed with the sportsmanship of both teams, how they're well disciplined, you know. A lot of times in the past when this game was played, that was the case. Yeah.
Well, the only thing that I'd like to see a little bit cleaner is penalties.
Yeah.
Hurricanes had a lot of personal foul penalties tonight.
Right.
Whether it's a horse collar, or whether it's a late hit, or whether it's face mask, you got to clean that up.
Yes, you do.
That'll come back to haunt you come playoff time if you get that far.
Sure will.
Squib kick. Bryson Murrell fielded it, but was going the wrong direction. And Murrell's hurt.
Well, like you talked about earlier, and we were talking about momentum and everything, Winfield's not backing down.
No.
You know, they're trying as hard as they can.
Looks like Murrell's just cramped up there is all.
And we've all seen a lot of crazy things happen in a game with this much time left.
Listen, I remember back in the day, I was broadcasting, I was a sideline reporter for Parkersburg Huntington in Parkersburg. And eventual Kennedy Award winner Mark Kimes brought the Big Reds back from 18 down with 8 minutes to go in the game.
Wow.
And won that ball game.
I remember that.
In Parkersburg at Stadium Field.
Yep.
So I'm telling you what. Now, Mark Kimes is he was an exciting football player. Like I said, Kennedy Award winner. His older brother now, Matt, who's also a player at Parkersburg, is now the head coach.
Wow, did
at
not
Parkersburg.
know that.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt played his basketball and football at Parkersburg High School. He had assistant coaching jobs. He coached at rival Parkersburg South for a while. Huh. Then he went across the river to Warren over in Vincent, Ohio, and he was the coach of the Warren Warriors football program for 2 or 3 years, turned that program around.
Wow.
And when Mike Bias left Parkersburg last year, they interviewed Matt Kimes for the job, and he got it. So, yeah.
Well, what a storied history Parkersburg high school football has. It's amazing.
Oh, I know. It's unbelievable.
I think the last time I coached at Parkersburg was when I was on the 1982 staff with George Washington.
Yeah.
And we played them in the playoffs and won up there. Talk about support for a football team. Incredible.
Yep. Speaking of Parkersburg, the Matt Kimes era, 45-0 in that ball game right now in favor of Parkersburg.
Wow. There you go.
Parkersburg South putting it on Capital 59-0 in that ball game. Jeremiah Riffle, the ball carrier. out to the 35-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play.
I say Coach May's probably going to just grind them down now.
Yep.
Well, as they throw the ball.
Look at that. Ripeto's wide open. And he's going to go untouched, 65 yards. What was that about running the clock, running the football, Coach?
I was going to say that was a good call on my part.
Lucas Ripeto, the senior. Just a seam route down the left side.
Nothing fancy.
Nope. And quarterback Noah Velatambi hit him in stride.
Coach has said mine can outrun yours, and put it up there. Of course, that was a really nice pass. He put it right on the money.
You know, listen, I'm so glad you're doing this game with me because I can pick your brain, right, because you're a coach. What is the coach's mentality? You're up 35-14, and you're throwing the football. Why? I mean, I'm not criticizing Coach Mays at all. I'm not criticizing anybody who does that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if that's the way you're going to coach, that's the way you're going to coach.
Yeah.
But what's the thought process doing that?
Well, it depends on who you are, really. I mean, I've coached with guys who have always told the coach across the field, it's your job to stop us. And, you know, once again, personally, I always think, you know, you get a lead on a team like this, you know, I would back off and burn the clock up. You know, you've done enough. And, you know, I don't believe in humiliating kids. And maybe they have other motives. And, you know, who knows what's going on. I think it's just the individual coach, how they feel about it. Some of them, it doesn't bother them at all to run it up on somebody. And the other ones, you know. All I know is, I guess, where once again I've been around so long, where I had that done to me so many times when we weren't very good is I knew early on I would never do that to anybody else.
Yeah.
And that's just a sportsmanship thing with me, I guess.
Yeah.
But some of them just keep their foot on the gas, you know.
Right.
I'm not sure.
42-14 is our score. 11:19 to go. We were just thinking about there is a mercy rule in high school football in West Virginia.
I think it's 40, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember. You got to be up by 40 or something like that. And
yeah.
I mean, we're not there yet.
Well, the other thing I was thinking about too.
Gray Boggs on the return.
30-yard line again.
Yeah.
Coverage right there. But the other thing is, too, when I would get a lead like this, well, first of all, I thought it was great that the other kids could play, get a chance to play because they're out there working their rear end off every day, too. And the other thing that with usually the amount of players I had, I didn't want to take a chance of getting somebody hurt, too.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great point, Coach. Great point.
It looks like Hurricanes got a lot of substitutes on defense now.
Yeah, we'll try and keep an eye on those and call them as we see them. You know, maybe Coach Mays is going to take the foot off the gas a little bit, although I do see Cam Phillips still out there. He's a starter.
Ooh.
And Phillips almost has the tackle right there.
Woo!
Big stick.
Woohoo!
Heath Montgomery, he ain't cramping now.
No, he brought the pain on that one, ladies and gentlemen. Textbook tackle. Nice clean hit. Wrapped him up.
Sent him back to the huddle.
Well, once again, those secondary guys have been coming up all night long and doing that. That is such a great help to your defense. People don't realize what a big difference it can make if you had guys that can do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Coming up here in a little while, we're going to tell you the player of the game from Kroger. So be ready for that. Inside 10 minutes now, and 3rd and 4.
I don't believe he'll try to throw it, but of course a little while ago I said I don't believe he would throw it, and he did. So who knows?
Well, I mean, You got to throw it if you're Coach Smolder, don't you? I guess not. I mean, we're certainly 4 down territory here because of where we're at in the game. Winfield just down to 1 timeout left. Hurricane has all 3 of theirs. Gain of 1 on the play for Beam, and it is 4th and 3.
And they are going.
Well, why not?
At this point, it's not going to make much difference, is it?
Uh-oh. There seemed to be some movement, although there was no flag.
I believe they were trying to run the old double reverse pass there.
Yeah. And didn't exactly work out the way they wanted it to.
No.
Tanner Lothry trying his hand at quarterback there, and turnover on downs. So Hurricane takes over 1st and 10 from Winfield's 36. You know, I get it. You're trying to make something happen.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, what have you got to lose, you know?
Kind of catch them off guard.
Yeah, get a big play, have a little fun. What the heck, you know?
And I'll tell you right now, Coach Mays isn't taking all of his offenses off the field because that's Jeremiah Riffle, the ball carrier. He's been the horse all night for Hurricane.
Yeah, I think it's the same 5 big uglies up front, too.
You called them big uglies. I didn't.
Well, I'm just quoting Keith Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. But when Mom comes knocking on Dana Farrell's door here on Monday and said, hey, your broadcaster, there's another one. Unbelievable. Your broadcaster called my son a big ugly.
Well, Mom, you can rest assured, not worry about too much because I'm uglier than they are, so it's kind of even.
Yeah, you go. So once again, Hurricane taking advantage of a tired Winfield ball club. Right over the middle. Untouched. Touchdown. Just when you think you got it figured out. And Winfield blocks the extra point. Good for them.
And unless some Mark Combs miracle occurs here, this will be the 13th time in a row that Hurricane has won this game.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, though, and I like to tell people this when I speak and do a lot of things, too. You know, when you're out and you're part of this, say something good about the game of football.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. It's carnival atmosphere. Everybody's having a ball. You know, you got half the entire county here watching the game. It's just a great event.
Yep. Yeah, and you know the thing about these two ball clubs, they have known each other and played each other since they were in Pee Wee football.
Yeah.
You know, because Putnam County is not that big. You got Winfield High School, you got Hurricane High School. You got Polka. So, I mean, all these kids are in close proximity to each other. You know, I'm not saying Polka's in Putnam County, but I'm just saying all these high schools are in close proximity to each other.
Sure.
And so these kids have known each other. They've grown up together. They've played against each other. I don't care if it's football, baseball, soccer, whatever. So it's personal to them as well.
Sure. And I'll tell you something a lot of people didn't know. When I was a senior at Winfield, I lived in Scott Depot, and I threw the discus for the track team. And Hurricane had a great track program, so I went and got permission from my coach here, and I went and practiced with Hurricane's track team.
Yeah.
Well, I really wasn't welcome there when I first started going there. You can
I can't imagine.
But long story short, those guys became some of the best friends I've ever made in my life. A lot of people didn't know that, though. I trained there and would have won the states, but scratched. That's another story.
Yeah. Now we've got a bunch of new white jerseys on defense for Donnie Mays. Hayden Hinkle back in at quarterback for Winfield. Caden Beam right behind him. Caden Cunningham on the end of the line, and now timeout.
And let me tell you the end of that story.
Okay.
My little sister used to come and help me practice in the backyard, and she would throw the discus back to me all the time. She started throwing it when she got to Winfield High School and won the state championship in the discus.
Well, there you go.
Well, of course, I scratched and I got second. I have lived with that my entire
life. Yeah. Well, how bad does that suck? You know, you work your whole season. They're like these guys are in the Olympics or whatever. They work their whole careers, and then they'll false start in the 100 and you're disqualified.
Blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Handoff right up the middle. Caden Beam.
That young man is a warrior, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about running with attitude and not backing down.
Yep.
He is still giving it everything he has.
I know one college in particular is looking at him on the defensive side of the ball, and he's got a good linebacker size to him.
Oh yeah. Well, when I was coaching college football, when I was head coach at Tech and at State, you know, I love to go visit a kid and just ask him, say, what position would you like to play if you come to our school? And I love the one that said, doesn't matter to me, wherever you want me. And I said, that's the kind of guy I like right there. And especially when they say, whatever I can do to help the team, just play.
There you go. That's the answer right there.
Sure.
Wherever I'm going to best help the team, Coach.
Yep.
Clock stopped on the incompletion. 7:28 to go.
Quarterback ISO.
Hayden Hinkle keeps it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 1. Or 4th and 1.
And the clock rolls. So what do you think here? Think he's going to try to punch it up the middle again? Up, timeout. Here we go.
Can't take a timeout. He's out of timeouts.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Better hurry and get the snap off.
There you go.
Yeah, right to.
Oh.
Now, faked you and I both out of our socks right there.
The option finally worked.
Yep. Faked it to Beam up the middle and gave it around the end on the pitch to Boggs, and he got the first down. Nice call.
That's how that option works. If you keep hitting that fullback and you put the guys on the perimeter to sleep and they forget about their assignment.
Yeah. And a new defense for Hurricanes, so maybe they weren't expecting something like that.
Nice power play.
Ethan Chill lost his lid, so he's got to come out for a play for the Redskins. Nate McKay will come back in and replace him. McKay was a starter earlier tonight. Number 60. Caden Cunningham on the end around. Nothing doing there. He lost a yard.
Couldn't get on the edge that time.
You know, you like that. Hayes comes in for the to give the kid who lost his helmet a break, and he comes in and makes the tackle.
Yeah.
Then coach takes him right out. Got to let these underclassmen have some reps.
This double wing offense that Winfield runs, and of course Hurricane runs it some too. It's really good because it's kind of basic, but it's deceptive and gets a good job done doing different things with it like that.
Speaking of double wing, there's a nice play there. First down for Caden Cunningham. And I like the way they come off the ends like that. There's so many different things you can do with that formation, right? So that one there was good for 8 yards and a first down.
Yeah, and they have the philosophy of running this wing offense instead of having multiple formations and run different stuff. They just stay in the same formation, run a lot of things out of it, you know.
Well, you talk about wing. We mentioned Parkersburg High School a little while ago. They used to run the wing T.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. And you know what? And when I called their games, I hated that because it was like, do something different.
Yeah.
But you know what? They didn't have to.
Yeah.
They didn't have to because the wing T worked.
Oh, yeah.
That's back when, when Bernie Buttry ran it back up there. And Marshall Burdette back in the day.
Right.
Craig Farnsworth. The wing T was the staple up there in North End, Parkersburg.
As the clock rolls.
Inside 4:40 now. Hinkle wants to throw. Now he'll tuck it and run. And he's going to get wrapped up immediately. Stanton Hill.
Great pursuit to the football with the defense. There was 9 Hurricane defenders on him when they tackled him.
Yeah.
Things like that is just habits created through good coaching and repetition.
Third down and 3 for the Generals. Gray Boggs is going to be close to a first down. I think they're going to give it to him, but hold everything. I think there's also a flag on the play.
Yeah, there was a block down the field. I think it was Logan Howell. Got a hold of a linebacker and essentially threw him down to the ground.
That'll kill a drive.
Yes, it will.
Illegal use of the hands.
Yep.
Ten-yard penalty. That'll screw you up there for going for the first down on 3rd and 3. Now it's 3rd and 13.
Right, and it's so frustrating, because they're still trying hard. That's one thing about it. That's all you can ask out of them right now, and then you get a penalty and you get pushed back again.
Oh, you know what, Coach? This must have been a spot foul because it's not 3rd and 13. It's 3rd and 9.
Yeah.
So it had to have been a spot foul.
Yep.
Hinkle, back to pass, looks down the left side.
Intercepted, I believe.
Yes, it is. And Hinkle just underthrew that ball.
Now the question is, will Coach Mays break out the Air Force again?
Dude, I quit trying to second guess Coach Donnie Mays about a half a quarter ago, when he had it at 35-14, and now it's 48-14.
And here are the starters.
Wow. Velatombi is going to hand it off to Jeremiah Riffle. Riffle still on his feet, stumbles ahead and is brought down by Matthew Daly, but not before a Hurricane Redskin first down.
And it is what it is, and I'm not saying just a win for anybody. The kids are in a game like this and gets this lopsided. It's really hard for them to keep playing. Really hard.
Again, with no play clock. we're just guessing here, but hand off to Riffle again. Scrum up the middle. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7. Now we're inside 3 minutes.
Better hurry up.
Hand off. Right up the middle.
Got some of the youngsters in there now.
Yeah, that one goes to Wyatt Sowards. He's a freshman. Coach Mays is starting to make some substitutions. 16, Landon Taylor just checked into the ball game, replacing LaRon Hall-Dews. Still got your first string quarterback in there, though, and that's good for him. He's a sophomore. He can use the reps. I don't have a problem with that at all. Wyatt Sowards, the ball carrier. It's going to bring up a 4th down.
I'd like to say this, too. You know, people who have their kids playing this game, you really are. I know you get aggravated with coaches sometimes. You know, it's a lot of times say hats off to what these men are doing for your kids. They certainly don't do it for the money. They like being a part of their lives and working with them and trying to make them better people.
Right. False start against the offense, and you're going to see that too with the fact that you've got 2nd and 3rd string kids in there. You're going to have a false start every once in a while. Used to be, I don't know if it's like this anymore or not, Coach, but it used to be you had to be in the school system somehow, some way to be the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You had to be a teacher or an administrator or something. Is it still like that?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But you do have to take a coaching course.
Gotcha.
To understand, you know, liability and everything pertaining to all that stuff.
Speaking of taking courses, I also want to plug the fact that if you have ever thought about being an official, and I don't care what sport you're talking, if we're talking football, if we're talking baseball, basketball, track, volleyball, officials in the United States are at an all-time low.
Yes, they are.
Right now. And the state of West Virginia can really, really use some people that want to be official. Now, we know for a fact that there are a lot of good officials that sit in these stands every Friday night, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Because everybody thinks they know how to call a football game.
That's right.
But I would encourage you, if you can, and you are interested in being an official, please reach out to the SSAC and give them a call. Go to wvssac.org and you can get some information on how to be an official. It's very rewarding. I did it for 10 years as a baseball umpire in both Ohio and West Virginia, and it was nice catch there.
That's a great way to stay involved with the game if you like kids and like being around what's going on.
Yeah.
Nice catch.
Yep, Toby Lothry on there. But yeah, again, if you've ever thought about it, check it out because it's very rewarding. You get to stay close to the game, as you said, and you get to make a difference. Because, like I said, these kids need people to officiate their contests.
Sure.
And it's not just in West Virginia, but all across the country, officials are. And, listen, a lot of bad press out there, too, because people are harassing officials verbally and physically. And, that's not the fun part of it.
No.
Yeah,
you have to have thick skin. I believe that's Lafferty that's down.
Yeah, that's Toby Lothar, yeah. But looks like he's cramping. And they don't have to stop play. He's on the sideline, so they can just sub in for him, right?
Sure. Got a timeout. I guess maybe it's injury timeout. I don't know.
Well, I think so, because we know Winfield doesn't have any. Hurricane's still showing 3 on the board. But anyway, go to WVSSAC.org and inquire about being an official. There's information on their website there, or you can call them out there. They're located in Parkersburg, out on right on Route 47 on Staunton Avenue in Parkersburg. Great organization.
Well, I'd like to take a moment here to thank RSN Sports Network for allowing me to do this evening. And
please come back. Please come back.
Oh, I hope to. I've had like I told somebody one time, I haven't had this much fun since my wife's cat died. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke.
Oh, yeah.
I have a cat. I love cats. Don't fall apart on me here.
That reminds me, I have 2 cats to go home to. and a dog. Today's National Dog Day, by the way.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. So we've been celebrating our little wiener dog all day long.
Look at that. Another catch.
Nice pitch and catch there. Bray Boggs on the reception, and Winfield going to try and punch it in. They're going to have to hurry because they'll start the clock as soon as they spot the ball.
Great concentration pulling that one in.
Give it to the big man. Yes, sir, Caden Beam.
That was a well-deserved touchdown for that young man. What a workhorse.
He has worked hard all night. And speaking of working hard, we're going to go ahead and touch, who the Kroger player of the game is. Jeremiah Riffle from Hurricane, I think, is a no-brainer tonight. I don't know how many yards he's had, but he scored several times. He's played a great ball game. So congratulations to Jeremiah Riffle of the Hurricane Redskins. He is your Kroger player of the game.
And what a game he played.
Yeah.
It's through.
So it's really nice to see Winfield put 7 more on the board, and I'm even happier for Caden Beam, who got that score, because he has worked hard all night long. And when you're a fullback, you don't get much love. You're there to block, and occasionally they will gift you the football. And he played very well tonight.
And the score late in the game gives him something positive to build on for the next week.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
So,
you tell the Winfield, the Hurricane kids, say, hey, we won the football game, but then Winfield come back and say, yeah, but we got the last word in.
Right, there you go.
And assuming Hurricane doesn't take this kickoff back for a touchdown.
Well, and then one thing, like I was talking about earlier about ebb and flow, the Winfield kids didn't let up. They weren't too discouraged. They kept playing hard. And that's things you can build and work on, and you need to do that and be positive with what they're doing, and get them ready for the next one. That's all you can do.
Little squib kick, and that's going to be it right here. That's the end of the ball game. So the final score, Hurricane 48, Winfield 21. And again, we want to thank all of our sponsors. And I echo Coach Bob Goebel. We want to thank Dana Farrell and all the gang at RSN Sports, Dan Shreve, Ethan, and everybody working behind the scenes that you don't see. And Coach, man, you did a great job, my friend.
Thank you.
Please come back. Please come back and do it again. Final score, 48-21 for all of us at RSN Sports. I'm Brian Nost. Have a good evening, everybody, and thanks for watching. Good night.